People often tell me that they find it hard to keep track of their business because the accountant takes 2, 3, maybe 4 months before the figures are produced for them. I say there's no need to have that detail on a weekly, monthly basis. All you need to do is to look at the big six, and that will tell you where you're going and what corrective actions you need to be taking. To keep on track, you have to have a track, and that means you need to produce a projected profit and loss and cash flow. And here's one that I made earlier. You can see at a glance there 4 of the big 6. And the one I'd like to bring your attention to is the scrappage one. Obviously, that's for people in manufacturing. But if you're not in manufacturing, you can you can exchange for scrappage, rework, revisit, complaints. All of those can have a very, very damaging effect on what you're doing. There's no figures in there because I'm not going to sit down and project out a scrappage figure because it should be 0. We'll talk about it a little bit later when we talk about the fixes. So that's how the overheads might look. And you'll see at the bottom of that, there's an operating profit line, which isn't highlighted up because it's not one of the big 6. Because if you get the big 6 right, your operating profit will come right. And there you see the cash summary, and you'll notice that it's highlighted on a month-by-month basis. And that's because I believe that you should be looking at the cash on a regular basis. I actually wouldn't do it monthly, I would actually do it weekly, sometimes even daily. You may notice at the end, by the way, there's a euro sign there. That's because this was originally produced for a European client of mine, and I'm happy to say that he's halfway through this and keeping himself on track. And I'll tell you how he's done that in the next slide. So now we look at the general fixes for when one or more of the big 6 go wrong. And we start with sales. And if they're underperforming, you need to look at your marketing and or your price points. Next, we look at complaints, rework, manufacturing scrappage, shrinkage. If your finger is anywhere near the pulse, you will be aware that there's a problem here very, very quickly. And I can tell you that I have seen companies brought down through complaints, poor quality, rework, and scrappage. Get onto it immediately it becomes apparent. Cost of materials, again, should be in line. If they're out of line, then you need to look at your pricing points and or is there some shrinkage going on. The wages should be pretty much where you've set them up to be. If not, you've got a productivity problem and you need to find out who's not doing what they should be doing and sort that one. Overheads are pretty much fixed costs, but these days I am obsessed with energy. And in a factory I used to run, I used to read the meters for the electric and the gas on a daily basis to make sure that that was kept on track and people weren't leaving stuff on when they should be switching it off. The cash should be exactly where you need it to be, and if it's not, it'll either be one of those 5 above, or are you letting your debtors get out of control, or are you paying your creditors, unlikely I know, too quickly? Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for watching the video. I hope it helps you. If you need to get hold of me, please send me a message and I will get back to you and we can talk through things if that's going to be of help. Thank you. Goodbye.